This story is from 4 years ago when I was 22 years old. My father had divorced my mother because of her bad habits. My mother was living in a rented house in the city. We were 4 sisters, and we didn't have a brother. My father forbade us from talking to our mother on the phone. We 4 sisters used to talk to her every day. In the city, my mother was living her life as she pleased. There was no one to stop her, nor was she afraid of anyone. When I talked to her on the phone, she would tell us, "All 4 of you sisters should come to my house. I'm here to support you. I'll manage to make a living. I'm very lonely here." I felt immense pity for my mother, and at the same time, I was angry at my father for divorcing her and leaving her to wander from place to place, not knowing what kind of woman she was. One day, I told my father that we should visit our mother for a few days. As soon as he heard this, he got furious, beat us, cut off contact with our mother, and even stopped us from leaving the house. We were fed up with his restrictions. I decided that as soon as I got the chance, I would go to my mother. One day, when the opportunity arose, I went to the city. One night, around AM, I heard some noises coming from another room. When I peeked through the window, my feet froze to the ground. In the room, my mother was with 2 men. Sometimes she would go to one, sometimes to the other. Those 2 men gave her 10,000 rupees. I watched all this for quite a while. When the 3 of them went to the bathroom, I couldn't muster the courage to talk to my mother the next morning. 2 days passed, and I asked her who those people were that night. My mother immediately understood that I knew everything. She said, "My dear daughter, there's a lot of fun in this work, and it pays well too. You get money without much effort, and we eat meals at different times." I understood why my father had divorced her. For 2 or 3 months, I kept observing my mother's work. One night, a boy came. When he looked at me, he told my mother, "I'll pay double if you let your daughter come with me." He sent me to his room. That boy played marbles with me. On the way, he stuffed a lot of money in my hand and said we'd meet again. He also told me not to get too close to anyone else and to let him know how much money I wanted. The next day, he came again. I was in a hurry by then. I didn't hesitate and went with him. For 2 months, he would meet me 2 or 3 times a week, and every time he'd say, "Don't get close to anyone else." About 2 weeks passed, and that boy stopped coming. I couldn't bear it. I was desperate to quench my thirst. I wanted to extinguish the fire within me, but his words kept echoing in my mind. "Don't get close to anyone else," and I agreed, but I couldn't wait for him anymore. One night, to quench my thirst, I played with another boy. The next night, that first boy came to our house. I was terrified because I knew he'd find out everything. That night, he kissed my neck. When he pulled my hair back, he noticed something. He understood everything. When he asked me, I denied it, and somehow I left. In his anger, he slammed the door and left. Time passed, and I kept meeting new people. The lure of money had blinded me. I got a mobile phone. We even changed our house. One day, a boy messaged me. I didn't reply. He kept messaging me every day. One day, fed up, I asked him what he wanted and why he kept messaging without getting a reply. We started talking daily. He was the same boy my heart used to beat for. When I invited him to my house, he refused and told me to come meet him first. I was so blind that I agreed. A few days later, I prepared to meet him. When I checked my phone, a message popped up. My feet froze when I read it. The message said, "For God's sake, don't meet this boy. He doesn't love you. He wants to take revenge because his friend is involved with you. He's called you there to make you a victim of many boys. I have sisters too, and for me, you're like my sisters, a protector of their honor." When I read this message, tears filled my eyes. I don't know what happened to my heart after reading it. I cried uncontrollably and asked Allah for forgiveness for my sins. I repented for my actions. I regretted leaving my father's house, a home that did nothing to protect our honor. I called my father, apologized, and asked him to take us back. I didn't tell my mother anything, or she would never have let us return to the village. The next day, my father came and took all 4 sisters back to the village. A few months later, I got married. Whenever I pray, the first prayer that comes from my heart is for the boy who sent me that message. I always prayed for a son like him, and Allah blessed me with a son named after him. If you liked the story, please like the video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.